So Marvel Rivals got released a couple of days ago, and everybody seems to like it, including me, but there are a lot of issues that need to be fixed as soon as possible. So let's roll the intro and let's talk about the good and the bad.
Hello, my name is Grumpy.
Right, so first I need to say a couple of things. First of all, I'm not sponsored by anyone to make this review. I actually applied to their content creator program for the first beta, and I didn't get in. They either didn't like the size of my channel, or they didn't like my videos because I tend to point out the flaws of all the games in my reviews. Second thing that I need to say is that even though you'll see a bunch of games on my channel that have nothing to do with competitive games such as Marvel Rivals, I've been a competitive player for 20 plus years. I started with Counter-Strike 1.3 when I was a kid, and then switched to Team Fortress 2, and then later on I played the shit out of Overwatch and Rainbow Six Siege, and in those games I have a combined amount of around 20,000 hours, and as a solo queuer I ranked diamonds in Overwatch and plat in Rainbow Six Siege on my main accounts. In Rivals, at the time of making this video as a solo queuer, I have reached Gold 1 and I fell down to Gold 2. And being in Gold right now in Marvel Rivals means that you have ranked above 95% of the player base for some reason, but we'll talk about that. Now, with that said, let's talk about Marvel Rivals, and this video is going to be split into two sections. The first section is going to be like the good things about the game, and the second section is going to be the bad things about the game and things that I wish would have changed, like even in the beta, but like they can change whenever. So feel free to skip to the second part if you just want to hear my critiques. But let's start off with the good things. The graphics and the visual effects are simply amazing. I never thought that a studio that never did a game like this could actually pull it off, but everything is just clean, simple, and good looking. And I love the anime style of the character models, and I'm happy that the game doesn't become visually overwhelming when everyone uses their ults like it's a bronze lobby in Overwatch 1. Also, the music and the sound effects are masterfully done. I've been a music producer, a singer-songwriter, and an audio engineer for 20 plus years, and I can't tell you how happy this game makes me. They just did everything right in this department. The music itself is literally anime-style prog rock combined with cinematic orchestral music, and it fucking rocks. Honestly, I can listen to this the whole day because I'm so much in love with it. The voice acting is also pretty fucking good, and after seeing the cast, everything just makes sense now. They got some of the best voice actors in the game right now, and you probably know them from other games such as Uncharted, Cyberpunk, Overwatch, The Last of Us, and even Cowboy Bebop. So like, they went all in when it comes to the visuals, the graphics, of course, the voice actors, and the music and everything. It's just like mind-blowing, honestly. Like, it's the first game of this type from this studio, but that is not enough. We need to talk about the gameplay and the heroes. And I must say that I was very skeptical at first when I saw the first trailer, because it did look like a third-person Overwatch clone, and I was scared that I won't like the third-person gameplay, and I thought it would be clunky as hell and easy to abuse. And even though there is some clunkiness with certain characters, I must say that all of them feel pretty good and fun to play as. But give it a second, I will point out the flaws in just a bit. The last part that I need to cover in this segment are the maps, and even though they're pretty nicely designed, I just feel like some of them are not as fleshed out as the others. Some of them just feel rushed out, and on top of that, there aren't that many maps to play on right now. And I know that the game just launched, and I'm pretty sure that Overwatch launched with less maps than this game, but I'd rather have more maps than access to 33 characters on launch day. But I mean, that might just be me, but let's talk about the flaws now. Well, as I mentioned, there are some maps that just feel like they were rushed out. There are certain areas that you can obviously go through as Iron Man or any of the movement characters, but invisible walls are going to prevent you from doing so. The worst thing is the tree on the last point on Venom's map, whatever it's called, because it looks like you can go over it, but you really can't. If you try crawling or wall running over it, it just becomes jank, and it's better not to even try doing that, because it'll get you killed. The next thing that I have to talk about, simply because I didn't see any of the streamers and YouTubers mention this, is the frame rate. It is simply abysmal. It's awful. The game might be beautiful, but if you as a player are struggling with your frame rate this much, it is definitely not going to be ready for competitive gameplay. And that is my main issue with the game right now, that it is not really ready for competitive play, yet it is a competitive game. So just to put this into perspective, I have a water-cooled 4090 and a water-cooled 7950X, and everything is running from an M.2 NVMe, and on top of that I have 128 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM, and on top of that I'm playing on low settings. So you simply cannot blame my PC or the settings. It's literally the game not being optimized enough. In Overwatch I get a stable frame rate of 300 FPS, and sometimes it can fall to like 250, but you don't really feel it. In Rainbow Six Siege I get 140 FPS and it's stable, and I don't think I had a single frame drop in that game ever. Except of course during the prep phase, because for some reason it's just laggy as shit, and like Ubisoft does not want to fix it for like what, 3 seasons now. But anyway, speaking of bad frame rates, I have to mention the worst kill cams I have ever seen in a video game. They're laggy and glitchy, and they make everyone look like they're hacking. They just dropped a patch where it seems like they fixed it up a bit, but they are still laggy, so it seems like it will take them some time to get this up to a higher standard. Speaking of hacking, there were a few obvious hackers even on launch day. I mean, just look at this highlight reel or the kill cam from a hacker that was on my team, and like, you'll see everything that you need to see. You'll see the bad kill cams, and you will see a guy hacking. 47 kills. So let's see if he was hacking. Yeah, I don't think he's hacking. Pretty sure it's just like a good gaming chair. Maybe a good mouse. Jesus fucking Christ. But honestly, it's okay, it's not that bad, because with some team coordination, you will easily counter them because they suck at the game. Speaking of coordination and sucking at the game, I need to talk about the lack of role queuing. I'm sure that it's fine that you're in higher ranks, but then again, I am ranked above 95% of the player base, so like I am in a higher rank even though it's gold. If you're solo queuing like I am, more often than not, I get at least one player with an overwhelmingly negative KD in my team, and most of the times they don't want to switch. And of course, as it goes, some of the times they become super toxic in VoIP and chat. And of course, somebody in the comment section will say, well, it's easy, just switch to their role and help them out. But then you lose one of the tanks or one of the supports, because it's obviously, like most of the times, it's just gonna be shitty DPS, right? So I'm guessing that those guys got up to those ranks by playing support or whatever, but just didn't want to play support or tank anymore. It's either that or they got carried up, which is also fine. But what's not fine is playing a 5v6 match every other game. But I must say that I like that NetEase took the approach of Rainbow Six Siege when it comes to ranking. It's basically a crab bucket. Everyone starts at the bottom and everybody has to fucking climb up, and we're just gonna trip over each other. And if you have enough wins, you'll climb. But the difference between this game and Rainbow Six Siege is that in Siege, a headshot is an insta-kill. So even if you have a guy that's doing really bad on your team, or if he's trolling, you can level the playing field simply by clicking on an enemy's head.
One friendly remaining. You have been spotted. 1 on 4 remaining.
Jesus Christ. Where is he?
Nice.
This is how we do it. But in Marvel Rivals, since it's a hero shooter, you can't really solo carry that much. And honestly, I miss a character like Doomfist from Overwatch that simply has that solo carry potential.
Meteor strike.
Not the first, not the last.
Hello.
Good job, guys.
Good job.
The classic good job, guys, when you simply roll. Yeah, that was a good team effort, guys. Well done. I did not 1v5, all good.
And if you're solo queuing, not having a carry potential outside of playing like a couple of DPS characters is going to be an issue. And let's be real here. How many of us have actual friends that are available to play with us whenever we can, and they're actually good at games or at this game? Like, not many. So, like, yeah, either give us a character per role that can carry the team, or give us a role queue, because like this is just not working. And just because someone is going to say that tanks can carry too, I mean, sure, yeah, they can. I had a bunch of games where I had to carry with Thor. And, I mean, I don't know. Oh no. Oh no, you don't get to play. You don't get to play.
That was awesome.
Oh, nope.
The god of thunder!
Get fucked. Get wrecked. But again, it's almost impossible to carry as a tank, even with Thor, without a couple of decent DPS characters, because unfortunately the way the game is set up right now is that the DPS characters have the highest carry potential, which makes the game super unbalanced. And I'm not saying that like all the tanks are bad, like no, Thor is pretty fucking good, and Venom is amazing, but when you come back as Venom, when you killed like one of their supports, and you come back, you need to get healed. But like if you're in gold, like I am, and yeah, like gold players are not going to realize that you're back and you need healing, so you can, like, they're not going to enable you, so you're just going to be sitting there for like 20 seconds until somebody realizes that, hey, this guy needs to fucking get healed, so let me do it. So if we had something that could like give us that carry potential in the tank role and in the support role, even though I would say that the supports are a bit broken, like especially Luna, like that would be crazy. But if you don't trust me, like how bad the balance is in the game right now, just take a look at this. All right, so we are now in the practice range, and let me show you how many hits you need with Thor so you can kill a character. This is like Luna Snow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you really need to be like close, because you can't really. Sometimes, yeah, you can smack him from like this range, but it's almost fucking impossible to do in the game, because they're going to be moving left and right and you're going to be chasing them. The best thing to do is obviously to press your F, and then it's going to take you much less to burst them down, but again, they're going to be moving, and with the frame rate, you're like tracking them is going to be like a pain in the ass. But take a look at this. So this is Scarlet Witch, and she's a DPS character. I'm going to aim here. Gonna aim here. She's fucking dead. Hello? Hello? Huh? Speaking of burst, dead. Like it's even worse than that. Like this is a DPS character. This is like one of the easiest DPS characters. And the worst part about her is that she can like fly, and she goes invisible, and she goes like invincible. She turns into like a little ball. But there's one more thing. Like I'm fine with all this. Like for like bad gamers that don't know really how to aim, they can just do this, and like they're gonna get some like damage on the range. And yeah, like the range on her. Speaking of range, check this out. This is the range of the character. Like, isn't this a bit broken? I would say that it is. But take a look at her ult. So this is her ult. She can basically, in like an area of effect, she can basically delete whoever she wants to. Even multiple people. But what's worse is that, as you've seen here, this is a tank. I'm gonna ult on him. He's gonna die, right? He's dead. But let's switch to Thor for a second, and let me show you his ult. It's similar, but it's a smaller area of effect, and it doesn't kill a tank, right? So that's my issue with like the balancing. Meanwhile, you have Spider-Man. That's a really good DPS character, but it's a combo character. So what you need to do most of the time is hit all of your shots to burst down an enemy. And honestly, I forgot how to play him because I didn't play that much. But basically, you gotta tag him, then press E, then press F, and that's it. So when they're moving around, that's gonna be like actually pretty fucking hard to do. Meanwhile, this here character is just gonna do this and get kills. Like, how is that fucking balanced? On the other hand, you have Luna, that's like supposed to be a support character, and she can do this like easily. Hello? From any range. Hello? Like, that's completely fucking busted. Honestly, that's completely fucking busted. Obviously, you have Hela. 2 shots. 2 shots. 3 shots if you have a body shot. Right? So, like, being a tank in this game, like I am, because I like being a tank, is it's just a pain in the fucking ass, honestly. Yes, you do have some carry potential, but it's so fucking hard to carry as a tank. And obviously, you're going to be the only tank on the team because everybody wants to play DPS or support because they're fucking broken. And you're going to be there, and your DPS, like, there's going to be a Spider-Man that's going to have like 3 kills and 17 deaths, and he's going to blame you for being a bad tank because why the fuck not? Because get wrecked. Get good. Like, see what I mean? Right, so since I'm still in the game, I wanted to just touch upon one thing that really frustrates me, and that is the battle pass system and how the monetization works in this game. I would rather pay $60 for a game and then have to like unlock all the skins and everything than pay $20 for a single skin. Like, this is all $20, and like I like these skins, but like how the fuck do I unlock them by playing the game? I simply can't, and that's like a big issue. I'm not sure that you can't. I'm not like 100% sure because I did not read up like on everything that they posted on their website and all of that, and I did not really like go that much into it. But it is like when you go into it, it just does say that you need like money to fucking unlock it, and I have 60 for just like installing the game basically. So how the fuck do I get 2600? Like, I don't know. And then yeah, like you can unlock some stuff and you can unlock some skins, but it's just not enough. And I honestly think that Overwatch is a bit better in this department, and like even though they're fucking scammy as shit and scummy, I just think that it's still a better system than what we have in like Marvel Rivals, because it simply is. Just like, please just bring back the fucking loot boxes to games and like let us unlock everything, but just playing the game. Like, why are you doing this? Like, I don't fucking get it. You would get so much more money because this is just like, it's repulsive to some people and they're not gonna play the game because yeah, they don't want to spend $20 for like each character and for each skin that they like. They want to unlock it by playing. They want to get rewarded by playing the game. But yeah, anyway, that is it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and thank you to all my patrons for supporting the channel. I love you all. If you want to support me, the links are down in the description of the video. You also have the YouTube support, you have the super chat and all of that. But I honestly, like, even with all of this said, I honestly can't wait to get back to the game. So I gotta finish editing the video as fast as possible so I can go and play a Store or Venom or, yeah. But peace out, bye, love you.